Hello, lords and ladies of Westeros. The leader of the alliance that controls King's Landing is declared the king, and being the king has the privilege of having special powers. One of those powers is to confer titles, grant penalties, or benefits to order lords. A king may also assign protocol officer in which that player is being granted an ability to confer a title on the king's behalf. A protocol officer, also known as POs, will have an important role to confer titles to any player within the server which will be needing buffs for various upgrades. But for this tutorial, we are going to focus on the three frequently asked buff types for building, research, and training troops. A king may also choose to create a separate account specific for PO duties. And the king may also choose to create a chat room specific for asking buffs to the PO on duty. But procedures will always be the same with or without a PO account. The PO should be logged in first on a PO or a main account which the PO title has been conferred. Once logged in, the PO should announce players that there is a PO on duty or available by typing a message in the PO chat room, as you can see on the example on your screen. Once a player from within the server who needs buffs has been alerted, they can start asking for buffs. Now, how do players ask for buffs? A king may assign a code specific for the buff needed. For example, if a player needs buff for building, the king may assign B+ code for building buff. So, the B+ should be typed in by the player in the PO chat room, as you can see on your screen. Once the PO on duty sees the message, the PO will then click on the player's avatar who's asking for the buff in the chat room, and will click profile button, and then the menu icon, confer button, and finally the confer button on Chief Builder. This will grant the player an additional of 15% building speed. And then, the player will be notified through mail that the Chief Builder title is on him. And the player would also be able to see a Chief Builder icon on top of his chosen lord, as you can see on your screen. And then, the player may begin to upgrade any building he or she may wish, as long as the upgrade conditions are being met. After the upgrade button has been selected, the player may start typing B- done to signify that the use of the buff is finished, so that the PO on duty may recall the title and may pass it on to other players who needs the buff. The PO will then go back to the title page and click on the red minus button to recall the title, and the player will be notified through mail again that the title has been recalled. Now, if a player needs buff or research, the king may assign R+ code for research buff, so the player should type R+ for Grand Master title. This will grant players an additional of 15% research speed. The PO will then do the same process as we did earlier, but only this time by clicking the Grand Master Confer button for Research buff instead of Chief Builder Confer button. Once a player has been notified by mail that the title has been conferred, the player may begin any research upgrade he or she may wish, as long as upgrade conditions has been met. Once finished, a player may type R- done to signify that the use of buff is finished, so that the PO on duty may recall the title and may pass it on to the next player who needs the buff. The PO will then go back to the title page and click on the red minus button to recall the title. Now, if a player needs buff for training troops, the king may assign T+ code for training buff. So the player should type T+ for Master of Whisperers title. This will grant players an additional of 5% in total defense and 5% on camp training speed. The PO will then do the same process, but only this time by clicking the Master of Whisperers Confer button for training buff. Once finished, player may type T- done to signify that the use of buff is finished, so that the PO on duty may recall the title and may pass it on to the next player who needs the buff. So now you all know that being a protocol officer is not an easy task. So it's very essential that anyone who's asking for it would need a great deal of patience. And there you have it. If you have any additional information, opinions, or suggestions about this tutorial, I would really love to hear them. Just let me know on the comment section below. And if you like this video, just smash that like button to motivate me to do more fun, exciting, and informative videos, and hit that subscribe button to keep you updated with my latest content here on YouTube. I hope you've all enjoyed and learned something from watching this. That'll be all for now. I'll see you all on my next one, and may the 7th be with you.